Our next recipient is an internationally recognized speaker in a focused industry. 35 years on the platform have resulted in numerous awards, 2 books, hundreds of articles, monthly magazine columns, and a hugely popular blog. Her passion for her clients is only exceeded by her expertise and credibility in the industry. She takes planes, trains, and automobiles, and one time even a dog sled, to the farthest corners of North America and countries beyond, to bring love, laughter, and learning to the people who feed our world. She always tells it like it is. And when she works with family businesses, she brings 4 things: a box of Kleenex, a mirror, duct tape, and a 2x4 board. And she uses every single one. She speaks authentically from the heart, with the deepest passion and joy for the dedicated people of agriculture. Her stages have ranged from bales of hay to the most beautiful venues in the world. She is a consummate wife, mother, grandma, sister, neighbor, and the most loyal of friends, and the co-owner and active partner of their beautiful corn and soybean farm, which I've gotten to visit in eastern Iowa. Therefore, all her resources are real. Her latest book, Holy Crap, I've Married a Farmer. I am thrilled and honored to introduce my precious friend and the real Farmer Brown, our newest CSP, CPAE, Jolene Brown.
Wow. It was November 30th, 1981. My husband and I were seated in a ballroom just like this, a beautiful hotel, and we were surrounded by 500 farmers. What I know is that every one of us had come to that seminar in search of hope, because agriculture in the heartland was in the midst of hurt. Our interest rates had soared beyond 20%. And our land values had crashed, dropping our net worth by 67%. The haunting words coming down our country roads were bankruptcy, foreclosure, suicide, and murder. This was a scary time. One of our companies decided to bring hope to us, and it arrived in the form of a wonderful, motivational, and inspirational professional speaker. At the closing of his program, we were all on our feet and applauding. We were so in awe of what he had to say, and we were deeply grateful. I could hardly wait to shake that man's hand. That's when I heard the closing MC comments, which included, our speaker had to leave early to catch his plane. Oh, buggers, not gonna get him now. But what I did 2 weeks later was I wrote that man a letter. And I needed to tell him how much his words meant to me. I also shared, we are so grateful for that hope, but you know, what we really need is some help. And it is so hard to separate your self-worth from your net worth. So here are 3 examples for each of your main points. Feel free to use them. And when you do come back, would you just stay a little bit so that we might thank you or ask you a question or shake your hand to see if you're human. 3 days later, my phone rang, and that masterful speaker chose to become a student. 60 minutes into that conversation, he made this announcement. Okay, Jolene, this is what we're going to do. I have 2 more seminars for this same company, and they're in your neighboring states, so they're not far away. So I'm going to shorten my program. I want to put you on that stage. I want you to answer the questions. And would you please tell everybody exactly what you told me on this phone call? And then he said, I will have my assistant call you tomorrow with your travel itinerary. Click. He hung up. What? What I know is 2 weeks later, I was backstage vomiting into a wastebasket. For I had never in my life stood in front of a large audience. I learned something that day, and that is this: if God decides it is your turn, pushes you onto a stage, and plops you in front of 500 deserving people, you better go, and you better give them the best of what you have. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how this all began. It's amazing, isn't it? Because you need to know that this wonderful speaker, this inspirational mode for speaker, was a CPAE. He gave me my first start. He was from Austin, Texas, known as the Apostle of Optimism, and his name was Louis Timberlake. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I'm grateful for that fellow who's up yonder right now. Well, for the next 35 years and more to come, I am so blessed to work with some of the most, well, they're just the most wonderful people on this planet. That is the people of agriculture. These are our grassroots, farmers and ranchers and our growers. These are the people who actually feed, clothe, and do so much more, not just for our families, but for our world. So I was thinking here tonight at this beautiful and bountiful banquet, maybe you all just might want to thank these folks as well. For were it not for this 1% of our population, you would be sitting here tonight hungry and naked. Yeah. Well, that'd be quite a photo for Speaker Magazine, I've no doubt. But you know, I've not walked this journey alone. I've been so blessed to have the support of many, some of which have flown in to be with me just for tonight. I certainly have to tell you about my two most wonderful office managers. Linda Bailey was with me for 25 years. And when her family moved to another state, Carol and Harold came into our driveway, and I wondered about their longevity. You know, why do they stay? But I got to thinking maybe it's because I made their job descriptions very simple. I told them I'm hiring you just for 3 things. First is for your emotional support. Yes, people, I'm willing to pay for pity. And then I'm going to need your organizational and technology skills. And third would be marketing, but if you do the first 2 well, you will not have to do the third. Carolyn and Linda, I would not be standing here without the great work you've done back there. I appreciate you. And my family arrived. My 2 treasured sisters, Sherami and Carmelie, our beautiful daughters, Callista and Miranda, and our 2 precious, fun-loving young grandsons, Noah and Aiden. Hi, boys. Oh, dear. Well, there's one more man I wish you all could meet. 44 years ago, a real Farmer Brown asked if I would join his life. And from that night of I do's onward, I received 2 gifts. The gifts of a very hardworking, intelligent, and respected farmer, and the gift of being a true partner in a real working Iowa farm. Which brings me to you, my NSA family. Oh, thank you for being my teachers and my role models. To my mastermind group, not only have you made me a better person, you've made me a better speaker along the way as well. And to the CPAEs in this room and beyond, I want you to know I'm so grateful to those of you who persistently placed my name in nomination, and to those of you who voted finding worthiness in my work. I'm truly humbled. I'm incredibly grateful, and I am royally blessed. Thank you.
I thank God for all I've been given.